What's all that about?
Yeah, the business in a box is basically, like it says, it's a business in a box. It's similar to a franchise, a system that basically anyone can start making money from using the internet. And what I do is I actually provide training for them. So anyone that's starting up, they need help, they're not sure what to do, I'll be there to mentor them and get them started.
With online marketing, does it take a lot of effort? How much time is actually needed to invest in online marketing?
That's actually a great topic, a great area that you've highlighted, Shaghofta, because a lot of people contacting me, they're always saying, I don't have much time. I mean, who in this day and age has time? So, people have commitments, they've got jobs, and it doesn't really matter, because when you actually work with myself, a lot of it's automated. You can set it up, and you're not actually physically being there. I mean, once the business is set up, then it can actually earn you residually. So you could be like any part of the world, and the business will still be working from your websites and making you money.
Can you give an example of this? Like, what kind of examples are we talking about?
Yeah, a perfect example is my YouTube, like you mentioned earlier. Obviously, I've got like quite a large following there, and if I post a YouTube video within like a couple of days, it will get a few thousand views. So that is publicity. I've done the marketing correctly. People are watching me and they're following me. So through YouTube, then they get in touch and we work together then in business.
The Americans, they're really heavily into online marketing and stuff. So how come we as the Brits, we're a little bit behind them, because they've got loads of like presenters and speakers and mentors, and they're really geared up to this. Whereas this is quite a relatively, not such a new thing, but we're kind of like catching up with the Americans. How come their leagues ahead?
I don't know. I think the Americans just do everything first and they do it better. With the Americans, like a lot of the traditional businesses, like they are like MLMs, they've got different online businesses, and they are American based. So I think that's why. But it's not just America. I think in Canada, Australia, you do get a lot of people, like every second, third person will be involved in some sort of networking online business. So I think that, the Brits have like finally realised that it does work, and why should we, stay behind? Let's go for it.
So what do you mean? When we're talking about online strategies and marketing, what exactly are we talking about here? What's an online tool, or what's an online,
Basically, an online strategy is how the method you will get your word out there. Obviously, there's lots of different marketing techniques, lots of different marketing ways that we can use, and the tools are they help us. It can be like software, it could be things like websites that do the research for us. So we have a lot of different systems that help us to work alongside us with building the strategy and to achieve the end goal, which would be to get our business known and get a lot of traffic.
So would you encourage people to do something similar to, like, say, franchising, but only franchising online? Are those kind of like online opportunities?
Yeah, there's lots of different opportunities online. It's not just franchises. I mean, like I mentioned, there's lots of ways to make money, whether it's you want to sell your own product or whatever. But what I would also like to highlight is it's fine and well, you can have the best product, you can have the best business, but it all comes down to having the right training, and you have to do your marketing correctly. Even, you could set up a YouTube channel, you could do videos, but if you're not doing it correctly and you're not getting the views, you're not getting the people watching it, then it's just not going to give you the results that you're looking for.
So what do they need to do? So just suppose, people have got their website, they've got their YouTube, they've got everything set up, but it's absolutely dead, and day in day out it's just themselves just looking at that. So what would they have to do? Do they come to a business mentor and you actually guide them? So there's actually ways and means of increasing traffic when before there was zero. So
yeah, definitely. That is what I would suggest, that you go to someone who's already been there, who's gone through the hurdles, they've been through the difficulties, because every mentor, like everyone that is making a success online, they've been in the same position as well. They didn't start off with thousands of people following them. At the end of the day, they had to learn as well, and a lot of the mentors, like for myself especially, it's very important to always continuously study, because when you're studying, you're knowledgeable, you can share that information with other people, And obviously, like, there's always things changing on the internet. I mean, Facebook just recently changed the way that they have their timeline, and that's affected a lot of businesses. So, you know, we're using everything to the best ability that we can, and to use the resources that we can give us the best results.
So are there any laws or legal processes? Because I know in like physical businesses, we've got health and safety and fire safety and a whole host of other policies that we have to be mindful of, like the employment law. But are there any laws that govern how you do business online?
Well, obviously, if you're joining like a business as such, then they would have their own privacy or their terms and conditions. I think, I mean, if the company is based in America and they're not actually setting it up themselves, then you don't need to register the company. But obviously, for tax reasons, it would be important to, you know, disclose that information. You would be responsible for that yourself.
Okay, that's great. So do we need PayPal accounts to, you know, once this cash is generated, for that to come into our accounts? How does that part of it actually work as well?
Personally, I would suggest that PayPal is one of the best methods to, you know, do your business, like whether you're dealing or whether you're buying something, because you're protected either way. It's not necessary because there are other merchants. There's like lots of different merchants, but Google Checkout and PayPal are probably the best well-known ones.
We've talked a lot about networking. What does that actually mean? How does that work?
Networking is basically someone going to either a building or you're going to an event, and you're just, you know, building contacts with people, you're getting to know them, and having sort of like a relationship so that in the future you can maybe work together. Traditionally, in like, you know, online marketing, it is that you do physically have to go there and meet people, but myself, I could use social networking. I could do it online using like Facebook, and people can get in touch with me and we can network online rather than physically doing it. And personally, I think that's got better benefits because, you know, in times of time traveling, you don't need to travel, but also you can reach so many people all over the world.
So what do all the people that work with you, what do they have to say about the opportunities that are on offer?
I guess you would need to ask them yourself. If you go to my blog, then you can actually see I've got testimonials of people that I have worked with. So yeah, I think everybody that works with me, they do get the full support. That is something that I am very you know, keen to do, to give people support, because obviously that's why I'm there, to help others.
I mean, our programme here it's not just for people based in the UK, but it's for all around the globe, because we televise to about nearly 200 countries. So I know in some parts of the world, you know, electricity is the problem. So do they actually need a physical computer, or could they, you know, run all of this on their phone? Because I know you can synchronize these things with your phone as well. So how do they actually need a computer to do this?
Well, some people that I actually work with, they are in that situation where they are in third world countries, developing countries, and they don't maybe have electricity 24/7. So, I mean, you don't really need electricity all the time, because what you can do is, like I said, online is automated. Once it's set up, it can do the work for you. Yes, initially to set it up, you would need a computer, but then after it's all done and you've got the money coming in and the business is on track, then you can just check it on your phone, and then, you know, that would do it for you.
So what kind of training do you actually offer? So somebody comes to you and says, look, you know, we want to set up online, or we want to make business online. What is it that you actually do from that point? What actually happens?
Well, I would offer them guidance, and I would offer them support, mentorship, just sort of saying to them, like looking over their work and what they've done so far, whether if they've got a website or if they've got a product. I would look into this and see how we can improve it to get the best results.
So just suppose it's someone like myself, and, you know, I come to you and I say, look, you know, I don't have a website, which I do, but I'm just for example's sake, you know, I don't have anything, but I really want to make money online, and, you know, I need to generate some cash pretty quickly. So what would you advise me to do? Would I then follow some of your programs in order to earn cash, or would I then have to go back and set up my own website and Facebook and stuff? What would you advise?
You've actually got a couple of different options there. Yes, you can work with me and join a program that I offer, or what you could do is just get the training, and that's probably better in the long term, because once you've got the knowledge, then you can apply that to any business, whether it's something you want to launch or it's just something you want to do online, whether it's like blogging we talked about. You would learn that, so then you've got those skills to go on to other opportunities for yourself.
So suppose somebody has absolutely no knowledge about the internet. How long would they be in training for so they're actually up to that level where they can then go and become independent?
Well, it doesn't actually take that long. I mean, obviously, to learn online marketing, it doesn't happen overnight. It will take a long time, but that's not what you're looking for. What I normally do is I give people like 2 to 3 different methods to really study and learn them properly. Once they have the hang of that and they understand, they've grasped the concept, they will start seeing results. And it's about doing marketing, but doing it correctly, and that will give you a better result rather than spreading yourself too thin and learning everything but not doing it right.
Right. So, in terms of you teach other people. So wouldn't it be better to keep all your ideas to yourself and not teach anybody and keep all that cash and keep all that marketing for yourself? Why do you teach other people? Why do you share your skills? Because wouldn't that be less money in the big pot for you?
I mean, yeah, I do understand where you're coming from, but online marketing is just a huge industry. It's like probably $1 trillion industry, and what I might be promoting is not something that somebody else will be promoting. My market might be completely different to somebody else's market, and I just genuinely enjoy helping other people. So I've had a few success stories behind me where I've helped like single mums achieve a better lifestyle, and they're spending time with their children rather than having to work. And
can you tell us
juggle.
what exactly you did with them? What was that all about?
Well, they joined one of my programs and we worked together. From that, they had the learning, they did the skills, they were able to then have that independence to go on and promote not just the program that they had worked with me with, but also set up their own business. And it doesn't mean that, like people think, oh my God, I've got to design a product or I've got to do this, that. You can actually, a lot of the online products are digital, they're not physical, so, you're actually sharing knowledge, and that's called the information age. With the information products, you can actually make a lot more money than traditional products which are physical.
So how does that work? What are we talking about in terms of information? Are we talking about e-books so you can sell books on, and digital products? Is that mainly what we're...
Yeah, it could be information products like, for example, some people are making a huge amount of money from very niche markets. Like they're actually turning their hobby into a business. For example, dog training, looking after cats, or it sounds bizarre to us, but these areas, because they are so targeted, they're actually making a lot of money. And this is people's interest that they've just used and made money from, turned it into a business.
I hope everybody's keeping up with this program. So we're talking about niche marketing, having a unique product. In the absence of any unique products or niche markets, they can actually work with you with some of your programs to earn cash as well. Now, I just quickly wanted to ask, there's a lot of franchising opportunities. Is it safe to enter those agreements without a business mentor, or is it much better if you have a business mentor guiding you?
I definitely think by having a business mentor, you will save yourself a lot of time and money. I mean, yes, without a mentor, you probably can still make money, but like I said, it'll just make your journey a lot easier and probably help you achieve your goals a lot faster.
So, with internet marketing and everything that we've discussed on the program so far, is it important to be really fluent in English, or can this internet marketing be done in any of the other Asian languages, perhaps?
No, internet marketing can be carried out in any language. Working with myself, my programs are based in English, but we touched on blogging earlier on. You could blog about anything. There's girls doing blogging about making money from makeup. They enjoy doing their beauty and beauty tutorials, and then they're making money from that. And obviously that doesn't need to be in English, that could be in a different language. So, there's lots of opportunities out there.
Essentially what we're talking about is how to make money on the internet. And I know some of our people, young people as well, they're into making fast, easy cash. So is online marketing, online opportunities all about fast, easy cash, or is there some actual hard work involved here?
No, definitely there is hard work involved. If something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. You can make a lot of money, and probably a lot quicker than in a job, but you would need to put in the effort.
So what's realistic earnings? What actually are we talking about here in terms of earning potential?
I mean, the earnings could really be varied because it really depends on your product, what you're doing. Normally, I tend not to give people exact figures, and that's just basically because it really depends on what it is that they're offering.